Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to a brand new video on PrizePicks. My name is Bam, and we're going to get into exactly how you guys can crush PrizePicks and Underdog this upcoming weekend where we have college football playoffs round one. It's going to be absolutely insane, and we're just getting into playoff season, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to exploit not just football plays on these DFS apps, but also esports plays as well, which, if you don't know, is the biggest edge available right now. And the best part is a lot of people don't know about it, which means it's going to stay an edge. PrizePicks does not know about it. We're going to continue printing money off of this strategy. But first up, before I get into it, do me a favor, drop a like on this video and make sure to also subscribe to the channel because I post every single day. You don't want to miss it. Now, also hit that first link down there. Join the free group. This is the best free value I can give you right now. Just join the Winnable, winnable.com/BAM. And here I explain how to crush DFS apps like PrizePicks and Underdog, and right now I'm giving away all of this for free. Usually there's a VIP plan up here as well. Right now it is just a free plan, so hit that link down there, join the free plan. Now let's move into the recap from the last couple of days and really just explaining what this strategy looks like when done well. So going over here, I've pulled up a couple screenshots from PrizePicks, and this is the strategy. Not all of these plays have hit, but what I'm showing you guys here is correlation. So a great example is last night's game, which, if you don't know, I'm recording this on a Friday, so last night was Thursday Night Football. We got Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua. It was absolutely nuts, right? So we took these guys together on NFL first half. So Stafford and Nacua is one of the best duos right here. And what I say when I say correlation is bet number one right here is affecting bet number two. So Matthew Stafford, if he goes over, which he did, is very affected by Puka Nacua going over, right? So if Matthew Stafford greens, Nacua is also going to have a great game because if Matthew Stafford's getting yards, someone's going to be picking up receiving yards. It's going to be Nacua. So they're both their green bars can go up at the same time. This is very basic correlation, and this is what absolutely prints on PrizePicks, right? The only problem is this payout's shifted down to 5.5x or 5.25x instead of what it should be usually is at 6x for a three-man power play. Of course, this one did not end up hitting because our last leg, we got to have two correlated legs and then one off leg there. Our off leg did not hit, even though this was a great play. It did not end up cashing for us. He missed by just 2 kills. This is another example of esports correlation this time, and this is an example of football correlation with an esports play where we had Tua and Achan. Same thing, passing yards, receiving yards, right? So you guys can put the pieces together. What are we going to do this weekend? Passing yards and receiving yards are going to print, but it's not just that. That's not the only way you can correlate because football is one of the most correlated games out there, right? So we're going to get into that, but this is exactly what we're looking for, right? We're taking 3 plays right here, and all we need is one of them to cash, and it pays out. Usually it would be 6x, but because of the payout shift, it's like 5.25x, which is still insanely profitable if you're hitting at this good of a clip. But let's go ahead and talk about the plays for the day. We're going to skip past this Oklahoma-Alabama because I'm recording this just an hour before the game starts. Odds are by the time you watch it, that game has already happened. So we're going to hop over to this Texas A&M and Miami game. And the reason I absolutely love this for correlation is because these two teams are very fiery offenses, right? This could be a lot of passing. And when you look at two offenses that are really, really strong in the passing game, you kind of want to look at a game that was very similarly scripted to that Seahawks versus Rams game, right? Those two teams are basically the two perfect teams for correlation because Darnold had JSN and Stafford had Nacua. Davante Adams wasn't even playing, which made it even easier, right? We didn't have to guess wherever the yard's going to go. We knew it was going to go to Puka, right? In this case, with Texas A&M, you've got two great receivers with Conception and Craver, but on the Miami side, and this is great, you can take, hedge both of them, get some exposure to both. On the Miami side, it is 100% Malachi Toney, right? You got CJ Daniels, you got Marion right here too, and they're good players, but Malachi Toney is by far and away the number one guy, right? So we're going to go ahead and start building out a slip right here with Beck and Toney. So what we're doing is we are taking a correlated duo with Beck on the over and Toney on the over, right? This is simple correlation. If Beck has a great game, if he goes for 250 yards, the odds of Malachi Toney also having a great game are heavily increased, right? Him having his 78 yards plus is increased because if Beck goes over, that means Miami's going to pass. And if Miami's going to pass, that means Toney's going to have a good game, right? Almost guaranteed. Of course, CJ Daniels could pop off for 100 yards. Marion could pop off for 100 yards. And Toney could just miss his line. That is possible. that does happen. That is just betting. But at the end of the day, these two are significantly more correlated together, right? So this is going to payout shift down to 2.25. But before we check out the final payout shift, and I'll show you my last technique to basically remove the payout shift, we're going to get into our third leg. We got to have an off leg in there. And this is where you want to be taking a plus EV play. So plus EV play is basically just a play that other books have at a higher place, right? And you're getting a discount on the book that you're taking it on, right? So this is where we get into esports, guys. Esports is the best place to do this stuff because if you look at esports, the lines are absolutely all over the place. There are so many esports games going on. They happen late at night, random countries right now. So what's happening is PrizePicks and Underdog and all these major apps, they're focused on the Friday night games, the Saturday night games, the Sunday night games. They got to focus on the NBA and the NFL because that is where 95 might be a stretch, but that is where 85% of their traffic is going, right? Almost everybody is playing these three categories with NFL, college football, NBA. That is literally where almost all the money is on PrizePicks. So because they offer all of these other, all these other combos right here, there are places like here, League of Legends, places like here on Valorant, places like right here on Counter-Strike 2, where so many people don't look. And because of that, PrizePicks gets lazy, PrizePicks gets exposed. We realize that PrizePicks does not know how to set lines on these, and their lines are way off of the regular where they should be. So let me just explain it with a quick live example. If you guys still don't understand exactly what I'm talking about, I pulled up a screenshot right over here with this player named Zika, and he plays League of Legends, right? So this is a screenshot on Underdog, and his line is at 7.5 kills for maps 1 and 2. And Underdog has this thing where it's 0.94x, 1.04x. Basically what it means is if you take the lower here, you're going to get a boosted payout. It's basically like a demon versus a goblin, right? They're saying that the higher is, favored to go over, right? 0.94, it's favored to go over. So Underdog has the line at 7.5 and they think it's going to go over. So if you take the over right there, they're not giving you a full payout. Now, that you guys know that his line should be at 7.5, maybe a little bit higher. Knowing that information, we can put him, same player into PrizePicks, and boom, we're getting him at 6.5. This is absolutely insane. Nobody's paying attention to this because it's a random player who's going to play in a League of Legends tournament in Asia at 4 in the morning Eastern time. Nobody is paying attention to this, right? And this is great for us. This is great for you watching this video because you're getting free value, right? I'll put this, if you guys don't understand League of Legends, which is completely fine, like I really didn't understand League of Legends until the last couple years where I've been printing money off of this strategy, and then I learned how to do it, and I started making money, right? If you guys don't understand how to do this, just imagine you got Zika at 6.5, right? Let's put this into NBA terms instead, right? So imagine you got a player like, let's say Josh Hart, right? His line is at 8 rebounds on Underdog Fantasy, right? Then you hop over to PrizePicks and his line is at 6.5 rebounds. You are going to think that is a discounted prop. PrizePicks might even give you a discount that looks something like that, right? This is basically like getting a discount or a taco play. They do Taco Tuesday on PrizePicks. They do a bunch of other discounts. This is basically like getting a discount play every single day if you just know where to look, right? And it's not like this is the only one, guys. On the VIP, we go through so many of these plays, but that's what I'm saying when I say a plus EV play, right? So this play might miss, this play might hit, but we know the fair value for this play is a little bit over 7.5. The fair value for this play is a little bit over 7.5 and we're getting it for 6.5. So huge discrepancy right there. And if we put these three into a play, it's going to give us a 4x payout. Now, we know a 4x payout is not going anywhere, guys. We're not going to put in this play because that's simply not a profitable play, right? And why is it 4x? Because PrizePicks knows these two players are correlated, so they're going to nerf it. What are we going to do now instead? Is go to the college football first half and see if we can get a little bit of a better return. Okay, right here they don't actually have up the plays that we're looking for, which is Malachi Tony and Carson Beck. So here we go. All we got to do now is pivot over to the NFL because for some reason, PrizePicks does not have the lines up. I'm sure they'll be up later. We will obviously get exposure to those. It's probably because I'm recording this video early. I'm recording this before the first game starts. Just trying to get the video out early for you guys. But we're going to pivot over to the NFL And instead of taking the overs, we're going to hit the unders right here for the Philadelphia Eagles going up against the Commanders. So one thing we know about the Eagles is that they love to run out the clock. They love to absolutely dominate the teams in front of them. And they do that through the run game mostly. They don't really need to pass the ball a ton. And I'll show you guys the stats recently, how Jalen Hurts has been looking on this line. Only time he hit this was when he was going up against basically the worst passing defense in football, which was the Dallas Cowboys. He had 163 yards in that game, and they put up 21 points in the first half. Went on to lose the game, of course. That was a pretty ridiculous game from the Eagles. But the point is, when they're playing against bad comp, they really don't need to go over this, right? Raiders, 94. Chargers, 95. And then Bears, he only had 57 first half passing yards, right? And because Jalen Hurts is going to go under this line, that's our prediction, we're obviously going to pair that up with someone else who we think is going to go under. In this case, it's A.J. Brown, right? He didn't even have a single receiving yard last game in the first half because Jalen Hurts wasn't passing the ball very much, right? This is coming out to a 5X, that's so weird, bro. I literally just put it in and it was a 5.25X. I do not get PrizePicks sometimes. If you take different things, you can really mix it up sometimes and get a better return on investment. But whatever it is, 5X, we're still going to take it. That's still a pretty solid payout for a 3-man. 4X is absolutely unplayable, right? So the point is, what we're doing right now, guys, is we are getting an edge on every single leg of our bet, right? We're getting an edge on Jalen Hurts and on A.J. Brown because it's a correlated play. So if one of those plays hits, the other one is likely to follow and hit as well. And then we're obviously getting an edge with this Zika play here, an insane edge, because this should be at 7.5 is a goblin play. Instead, we're getting it at 6.5. We're completely even odds. It's absolutely nuts. This is a discounted play, and PrizePicks doesn't know it, right? So we're getting that play right here. We're getting Jalen Hurts. We're getting A.J. Brown, and this is coming out to be a 5X. Now, guys, there are so many more plays just like this that you can craft on PrizePicks, but it takes time. If you want to not do any of that work and just be able to lock in these plays very simply, join the free Winnable. It is completely free right now, and I'm dropping plays like this. I just dropped a couple plays recently today, just like this, discounted, and this was the one I dropped last night with, of course, unfortunately, Elk did not go over. But all I'm saying is that we are playing with an edge right now on PrizePicks and Underdog. I don't know how long this is going to last, but I have a good feeling it's going to last for quite a while because PrizePicks and Underdog don't really pay attention to esports. I've been doing this for the last couple of years, and they have never really changed anything. It's still an insane edge because they don't know how to set the lines, right? So make sure you guys are signing up on the Winnable, winnable.com/bam. It's completely free. I'll see you guys in there. Let's make some money.